Hello class, this is a video tutorial on types of data. When collecting information for any kind of survey, the data can be one of these two types. It can either be categorical data or numerical data, down here. Now, categorical data, this type of data can be thought of as characteristic or favorites feeling data. This type of data is the results of these kinds of questions. What is your favorite color, your favorite car, your favorite food, etc. Because the answers from those are some sort of characteristic. So what is your favorite car? You might say Toyota or Holden or whatever it might be. It can also be the result of describe your level of pain, because that is some sort of feeling or some sort of characteristic. No pain, mild, severe, unbearable. And lastly, rate your experience. You can rate it from A to F or whatever scale that it might represent. Now, be mindful. Sometimes people may give a scale of rate your experience from 1 to 10. Even though that is a number, that number represents some sort of feeling or emotion. So that is still considered categorical data. Numerical data is data that involves numbers. A little asterisk there because, again, you would have heard in that little example, if they give you a scale from 1 to 10 on your experience, even though it involves a number, that number is tied to some sort of subjective or personal opinion. Now, numerical data is this type of data is the results of most measuring. For example, measuring someone's height, weight, IQ, income, shoe size, etc. It can also be the result of counting the number of students, or counting the number of houses on the street, or counting cars passing by in 30 minutes. Now, both of these are further divided into two further types. So categorical data can be nominal categorical data. Now, nominal are the label or characteristics with no order. All right, so for example, what is your favorite color or favorite car or favorite food? Is there really an order that we can put the colors, let's say for example blue, red, yellow? Is there any sort of mathematical order that we can put them in? We can put them in alphabetical order, but that has no mathematical significance. With cars, we might say, well, the makers of them, let's say Toyota, Holden, Ford. There's no real order that we can put these in other than alphabetical order. Okay, so that is nominal categorical data. Ordinal categorical data is a label or characteristic with order. So for example, describe your level of pain. There is a clear order: none, mild, severe, and unbearable. There is a definite order there from least, so this is the least, to the most, or you can order it from the most to the least. And if somebody asks you rate your experience from 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, or give it a letter rating from A to F, that has a definite order from it. So this is the worst experience, and this is the best experience. So you can see that there is a definite order to them. So categorical data is ordinal categorical or nominal categorical. Onto numerical data. Numerical data has two different types: discrete numerical data, and this is the measurements involved counting that only take exact values. So for example, if we count the number of students or houses on the street or cars passing by, now is it ever possible to count, let's say for example, with students, can we count possibly 1.5 students somehow? Or could we count 2.25 students? Well, clearly that's impossible because, well, a student is a student. We can only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students, or we might have 20, 30 students, etc. So discrete numerical data are values or things that can only take exact values. Continuous numerical data is, or I like to think of it as measurements that can have in-between numbers. So for example, if you measure someone's height, they might be 162 centimeters, but somebody else might be 162.1 centimeters. Somebody else might be 162.05 centimeters. So there's really no end to how many decimal place values we could have when it comes to measuring height, or measuring somebody's weight, or measuring someone's or the time it takes to travel. You can see that there is a continuous degree of accuracy that we can have. So numerical data is continuous numerical or discrete numerical data. Now, a nice little summary you can think of it is as follows. You can have data into two main categories: categorical or numerical, and categorical is nominal categorical or ordinal categorical, and numerical data is discrete numerical or continuous numerical data. Okay, let's get into a few examples in the next video.